I really hope it's clean fuel.
Within just 2 days of arriving in Baja California, we had completely fallen in love with the place. We were blown away by the vibrant blue colour of the Gulf of California. We'd also forgotten all of our previous safety concerns and were regretting not bringing our camping gear as we'd seen so many beautiful spots.
Welcome to Baja California.
We were also amazed at the amount of things to do in this small peninsula. Only yesterday we'd met some American bikers who recommended visiting Cacti, as they said it was the most beautiful selection of cacti we'd ever see, and there was some fabulous ancient cave paintings. So we set off to explore.
So this morning we are going to find some pictographs, some ancient pictographs in a little cave that should be just off the road from here. There's a nice water crossing. Nice to see a lot of water in the desert. They said that it did rain a lot lately, so we are lucky to see a lot of greenery that would be not as green normally, but we had a lot of rain in the last few weeks, so everything looks a lot better, and loads of flowers that are not generally here when it's dry, and so we are lucky. And look at that, the variety of plants in this place is unbelievable. This is our car park, Pictographs Rupestres Cacti. So let's go. You park here? Okay. I suppose.
This way.
Yeah. No salirse del sendero.
Davide had barely stopped the bike and he set off down the track, delighted with all the new vegetation. Beautiful, isn't it?
It's beautiful, yeah. You wouldn't expect to find so many flowers and greenery in the middle of a desert. An interesting fact I learned yesterday is that they all start with one single trunk, and then between 50 and 100 years of age they start sprouting the side arms.
50 and 100?
Yeah, fascinating. I think it's called crested top. If you see the difference, the way the top part of the plant is, instead of being like this, it's all made of different, a cluster of heads, and yeah, it's supposed to be very rare. There's only like in the few hundred of these in the whole of Baja.
Really? Wow!
This is one of my favorites. It's called cirio. In Spanish means candle, and that's kind of gives it away, long with the flame on top.
Yeah.
And we are lucky that they all have little leaves, because generally they're all dried up. From a distance it looks like it has fur on it.
Yeah.
And I call it the teddy bear cactus, because it looks like you'd like to hug it. Don't. Trust me, it's deadly. Our idea of desert is deserted. Nothing.
Lawrence of Arabia, the sand.
Yeah, sands or endless dunes or endless rocks, but this is far from being dead. There is absolutely so much life. This is the cave. Now we need to crawl in a bit.
Oh, cool. Look at them.
Yeah, they're all supposed, obviously, they're all abstracts. There is, so they say. Let's see if there are spirals, and it's probably looks like the sun.
Yeah.
And
there's loads
concentrical circles, yeah. Squares and circles, and there's supposed to be triangles as well somewhere.
Not a bad hiding place.
No.
In the desert. In the cool.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Nobody knows how old these are. Some people see 3,000, some people say 4,000 years old. And they hope that people will respect them and not damage them.
I really enjoyed that. I never thought cacti could be so interesting, and seeing the pictographs hidden in the cave in the desert was really cool. There was also no one else around, so it kind of felt like we'd discovered it ourselves. As we set off, we remembered we needed fuel, but we hadn't seen any petrol stations in the nearby town of Catavina, just a local man selling gasoline. So we reckoned that was going to be it.
Now here's the place. I wonder if there is anybody around. How does this work? Ah, here's the man in charge. Buenos días.
Yeah.
5 litros?
Por galón. 1 gallon, 2 gallon.
1 gallon.
4 litros, 3.785.
Un gallon. And it has the container pre-filled. That's good. Bueno. I really hope it's clean fuel. Now it's Jackie's turn. ¿Trae?
260.
60. Good.
Perfect.
Yeah. 1 gallon will keep us going.
Yeah.
Gracias.
Okay.
Buenos días. That was a very cool petrol station. Get to the top here to turn. Trying to give us 1 bar, but I'm sure there is something else. Must have been empty.
We only got 1 gallon, as we thought it would be enough to keep us going and to get us to the next petrol station. The scenery continued to amaze us, and the colours of the small flowers on the side of the road were just beautiful. After driving for a while, we realised there may not be another petrol station for a long while. So we pulled into the first sign for gasoline that we saw.
What do you think? Another gallon?
This is a little find. An oasis in the desert. How does he measure it?
Ah. Un gallone?
No más. Ok.
Perfetto. Ugualmente.
I have no idea how he measured it, and we have no idea how much he actually gave us. But we paid him and we thanked him and we set off back on the road. It's a very grey morning here in Guerrero Negro, but we're going to do something really interesting. We're heading out to the salt mines out here on the coast.
Very interesting. Really looking forward to this.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a great tour.
Oh, I think our guide is here. Okay, let's go.
Come with us.
Salinas Las Amargas harvest salt from the sea and are the biggest open-air salt mines in the world. Visiting is only permitted with a guide, so we were lucky to meet Jorge, our guide.
Hello.
The Salinas have a total area of 33,000 hectares. That's over 46,000 football fields, with 73 different pools where the salt is collected. The salt fields are in a unique position as the terrain has a natural downhill slope, so the seawater can be easily routed to the plains at high tide. Then a combination of wind and the sun causes the water to evaporate, leaving the salt to be harvested by huge trucks. Each of the massive trailers carries 120 tons of salt. Jorge told us how the salt here is really clean, as the water from the Pacific Ocean, which feeds these salt plains, does not pass through any major industrial cities, and so has minimal pollution. So this mine produces the best quality salt in the world.
Total production here in a day, 25,000 tons of salt. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, and they don't run out.
No, it doesn't seem to run out now. They have a lot of water to process. They have a shift for 6 hours only. Every person here works only 6 hours a day. They get paid very well for them 6 hours. But if they worked 8 or 10 hours per day, they were having long-term problem with eyesight because of the reflection of the sun on the white, obviously, and also problem with the skin. So 6 hours is the maximum they can spend in this place in a day.
Wow.
Very interesting. Life expectancy of a vehicle here is about 4 years. Then
For the vehicle?
Because obviously everything gets rusty really quick. I want to drive one of these.
You bet you do.
Yeah, this is pure salt.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to bring your bikes here.
No.
No chance.
At all.
No chance to bring your bikes here.
Before the pools dry out, microalgae in the water cause the pools to appear a beautiful pinky purple colour.
¿La puedo tocar, probar?
Aha. Has to taste it.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely. It's very salty. Yum yum.
You want more?
Oh yeah. Delicious.
After collection, the salt is washed before it's dispatched.
This is what a million tons of salt looks like. It's brilliant. And here where it's all been dispatched.
As the water around the salt pools is so shallow, the salt is put on flat-bottom barges and pushed out to sea, where larger tankers are waiting to export it. This process continues every day for a total production of over 7 million tons of salt per year. Wow.
Muchas gracias.
This is gracias.
Muchas gracias. It's been an absolute gracias.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Hi.
That was super. That was
really
super
interesting.
experience.
Yeah.
So, I hope you all like it, and if you liked it and you want to see more of interesting things that J&D find on the road, make sure you subscribe.
Another new discovery for the day is that Baja roadwork diversions are on sand, which is a little unusual as it's making the presumption that everyone can drive on sand, no matter the vehicle, even fully laden bikers with passengers. Fortunately, we were getting used to it and didn't find it too bad.
When we started driving down the mountain and this huge plain opened up in front of our eyes, I couldn't help it but imagining dinosaurs roaming in this huge desertic prairie.
We decided to take a mountain road to visit the Mission San Francisco Javier, as we were told it was really worth a visit. But we realized that the recent rain in Baja meant that the water was coming down the mountains and onto the road.